COWABUNGA! COWABUNGA! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is directed by Jeff Rowe, stars Micah Abbey, Shannon Brown Jr., Nicholas Cantu, Brady Noon, Io Atterbury, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Maya Rudolph, John Cena, Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, Natasha Demetriou, hope I'm pronouncing that right also, Giancarlo Esposito, Jackie Chan, Ice Cube, Paul Rudd, and Post Malone. Oh, it says Mr. Beast. And the film follows the Turtle brothers as they work to earn the love of New York City while facing down an army of mutants. Hello, you beautiful movie lovers. My name is Louie, aka Movie Fandom, and today we are talking about TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Finally, we got a theatrically released TMNT movie 7 years. Since 7 years, and I am so happy with it. Okay, so, before we start this off, let me just say, I am a huge TMNT fan. I love TMNT. I always watch the 2012 show continuously, the 2003 show, the original classic series. I watched the first two movies so much, not the third one, that I've always hated that movie. And, oh my god, don't get me started with Out of the Shadows, oh my god. So, I was really looking forward to this, and when the teaser dropped, I got even more excited for it, and now I have seen it. Last night I watched it with my cousin, who also got me this mask and this awesome shirt. And also they had pizza there, which is possibly, they should do that with every single screening with that movie, okay? Every auditorium filled with pizza for when they're showing this movie. I mean, come on, it's great. So, what did I think about it? Oh my god! Okay, first off, if you are a TMNT fan, you are going to love this movie. You will most likely love this movie. And as I am a TMNT fan, oh my god, I gotta say, I had an absolute blast with this movie. I had a big grin on my face throughout. It was so much fun, genuinely, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I thought. First off, the animation. Okay, the animation. Obviously, we are gonna have to talk about that first. It looks stunning. They animated it like it was made by teenagers, and I loved the way it looked. The colors that shine on scene and that are darkly lit also. I loved the lighting in this movie. It looks so beautiful, and it also has an incomplete factor to it. Though it is complete, it is sort of incomplete, and I really loved it. It really does feel like teenagers animated this movie, and it really works. Not mention when it's in the action scenes. Oh my god, yes! Especially when it goes to the end. Oh my god, it was an absolute blast. Also, I gotta say, the camera work with the action scenes looks gorgeous, especially with the final fight scene, and also a scene where it cuts back and forth, to, one of the turtles, and when they're fighting, and it really works. Also, we need to talk about the TMNT, obviously, the brothers in this movie, okay? So, Donnie, Mikey, Raph, and Leo, okay? Okay, so this is by far the best iteration of them. I gotta say, maybe not, I don't know, I'll confirm it on the second viewing, but when it comes to authentic acting, just feeling real, this is my favorite when it comes to that, and oh my god, they are amazing in this movie. Oh my god. I felt the brotherly dynamic that they normally don't fully have. They mostly just feel like fourth friends. This movie, they feel like brothers. They feel like it, and I loved it. Also, since, well, basically, they recorded every single scene they were in, together in a recording booth, and they basically improvised, if I'm not mistaken, like, the entire movie on when they're in it, and it really works. It just adds another level. Sorry, I'm just wiping my computer. It really works, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Their performances were amazing. And also back to the animation, the designs look great, especially on the turtles and also Splinter. Speaking of Splinter, this is one of the best iterations of Splinter. Maybe the best. Jackie Chan fits the role perfectly. It's like he was born to play him, and it really works. Especially with how they learn ninjutsu in this movie. It really does work. And his voice acting is amazing whenever there's an emotional scene. It always works, and you feel emotion because of him also. Especially with something towards the end. I'm not going to spoil it. But, oh my god, it is beautiful. And I loved it. Also, let's talk about April O'Neil, because this has a new iteration of her, obviously. She has gone through controversy, and I'm just gonna say it is pretty stupid. But this is one of, I can probably just say this is the best iteration of O'Neil, like, genuinely. I can just say that more than anyone, because, like, this feels like if she was real, and I loved it. I loved how she is a journalist in it. It kind of has a new style, and it fits the tone, and what happens later in the movie, it also really works, and I really love it, and she is amazing. Also, I got to say that Io Adaberry, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, does an amazing job. An amazing job playing her. She is really good in this movie. I haven't really seen her in much. All I've seen her in is in Across the Spider-Verse, where she plays a character called Glory. I think that's the hologram girl or something, I don't know. But she is amazing in this movie. She's an amazing voice actor. She is so goddamn good in this movie. I absolutely loved her. Everyone in this movie is good. Also, we gotta talk about Ice Cube as Superfly. And I got this toy yesterday. I mean, look at it. I'm confused why this shoe is in there, because that is not even in the movie. I'm confused. But genuinely, Ice Cube gives an amazing performance as this character. I have always liked Superfly, but I will say him with Baxter Stockman turning into him has sort of tired me a little, I don't know. But this, I just love it. I love his backstory. You understand where he's coming from, but you know that he needs to be stopped with what he's doing. I love that in this movie. He can be funny and you understand where he's coming from, but what he's doing is terrible. And you know why they have to stop him. And it really works. Ice Cube, especially when it comes to the end, he just goes full crazy in this movie. I loved him. He just had it's clear he had so much fun. I loved him in this movie. His voice felt like this character, and I also just loved the design of him. I'm so confused with the shoe, unless that's just originally what was supposed to happen in the movie, but yeah. Also, I gotta say, that opening, I'll get into this with my spoiler review, because I'll do a spoiler review, but oh my god, I love the opening. I will say the opening just feels like with what they're, it just fits a tone, and it has like a shady, gritty tone, and it really works, honestly, and especially with what's to come. That sounded really badly when I said it like that. Regarding issues, I will say my biggest issue with this movie is its pacing. It kind of has that same problem with the Super Mario movie that came out earlier this year, where it is a little fast-paced and we don't really get a lot of the characters. It's not as fast-paced as that movie. We do learn a lot with these characters, but I think this could have been 10 minutes longer. Not mentioned with the title Mutant Mayhem. It's not as chaotic as I would have hoped, honestly, because well, with the other mutants, we don't really get much off them. We mostly get their introduction, we hang out with them for a bit, then a chase happens, and then etc. Okay, and I would have liked more, not mention Bebop and Rocksteady, like, Seth Rogen, who was one of the writers of this movie, and is one of the reasons why this movie exists, is barely in this movie. He's mostly just in for a couple of scenes, and doesn't really get a lot. Him and John Cena are great in the movie, don't get me wrong, but I would have liked more from them. I would have liked more from all of those other mutants. The most we get from them is Superfly, but that is because he is the main antagonist, and he is really good. But there are some standout, like Mondo Gecko and Ray Fillet. Sorry, that's also hilarious. Also, I will say, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, like, one issue I have is with Baxter Stockman. The movie marketed him in this movie, mainly because of the posters, and with that, and since he does have his own character poster, you may expect him to be in this movie a lot. He's only in this movie in the opening. That's it, we never see him again at all. And yeah, it frustrated me. Not mention, the performance, from, Giancarlo Esposito, I'm pronouncing that right still, is great, and I loved his design in it also, but we needed a little more from him, and I also would have liked to learn a little more from TCRI, but that's more of a nitpick for me, but still. Overall, I had a blast with this movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a blast, and while there are some issues with this movie, the achievements with it stand out on top. The animation, the characters, the voice acting, everything in this movie just stands out. I love this movie. This is some of the most fun I had in a theater, and pizza in a movie theater is just the best. I give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem an A. So, those are my thoughts on TMNT, Mutant Mayhem. What are your thoughts on it? Did you love it, hate it? Let's agree, disagree down below in the comments. Come and tell me. I will have a spoiler review for it up tomorrow. I'm seeing it again later this afternoon. Also, I will do a big ass ranking for TMNT with the movies and characters. Okay, and my review for the Mag 2 will also be up soon, and I hope to maybe get something, I don't know. So those are my thoughts on it. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, that's it right now. See you later. Stay awesome.